I thought I was proving myself in a trial. Turns out I'm just running errands for a village of lunatics. 14 long steps later, and it's all for some weird flower? Today we dive into the Fremennik Trials, a reimagining of one of RuneScape's most iconic quests. On our Ironman journey to complete every quest in CraftScape, we unpack the story, the changes, and all the bizarre moments that make this nostalgic and slightly cursed. Fremennik classics so unforgettable. And with that, let our Fremennik Trials begin. Lights, camera, action. The term Fremennik comes from the Fremennik Isles, an area home to a tribe of RuneScape Vikings who really are not fans of magic users. Sorry, Chris Angel. We show up with raw turtle, a drink, a potato, shears, a butter knife, and some coins. So to earn our place in their clan, Brent the Chieftain says, "There are 12 council members around this village. You will need to gain a majority vote of at least 7 councillors in your favor. So what say you? Give me the word, and I will tell all of my tribe of your intentions, be they yay or nay." And with a big fat yay, our political career begins in CraftScape. Turning around 360 degrees, and there is Manny. He's the Fremennik who can never get a license, and says he will only vote for us if we beat him in a chugging contest. Except, yeah, it's literally impossible. He has a stomach of steel. It is like asking a train to stop so all the poor little cars waiting at the crossing can go. Not happening. Except, well, choo-choo, buckaroo. So we need a workaround. This is where things start to shift from how the original quest is done. Heading to the poison salesman, hopping down the path here to grab his bake. It is a but it looks the part. Basically like Mountain Dew, but if you've ever tried chugging that, yeah, no thanks. We will just call it Dr. Something Co. and move on. Here's a shady guy just loitering. Yep, he hands us a cherry. Not joking. RuneScape calls this a strange object, but in CraftScape they drop the censored name and call it for what it is. Now here is a twist. We don't even need a tinder box to light the thing. Doesn't exist in CraftScape. No lighting fires, but honestly, I'm not complaining. Makes arson a lot less of a hassle. Alright, I've got the cherry, heading to the bar. Here's the pipe, drop it in, and boom! That's all we have to do. No cinematics, no screaming. CraftScape just fades to black. Meanwhile, RuneScape Fremenniks are asking, what was that? And now, back in CraftScape, we get a little note in chat saying we have swapped the keg with the non-Dr. Something Co. one. We look Manny in the eye, then down to his stomach. He is ready, but not for this. We chug the entire barrel. He chugs a lot less. And we win the contest. He is impressed and says he will vote for us to be a Fremennik. What's next? Oh, maybe just a lonely troll, a magic fish concert, and possibly an escape room. Continuing our journey, we run into Olaf. Not the snowman, but the filibuster. Kidding. No, this Olaf is just a musician, but the kind who only acknowledges true musical talent. And yeah, once again, we do not have that skill. Unless, I guess, we accidentally pop off at karaoke night. Olaf is that guy. He totally would scout amateur karaoke players for his garage band. Though he says in order to get his vote, we will be performing on his stage. So what else can we do? To answer, we will just continue cheating. First stop, we need bark. Good news, there's a very polite tree nearby. We grab some, then it's off to scam a troll. Now in RuneScape, you make this stone soup with a full plate of potato, cabbage, and onion. We say along the way that the rock is what makes it taste good. Haha, very funny. But in CraftScape, there is no onion. None, not even a single tear. That is fine, because we still gaslight this troll into thinking our seasoned rock has mystical soup-enhancing powers with just the potato and cabbage. And bon appetit, the Einstein troll trades us the golden fleece for our now slightly greased rock. Next, after making the instrument with the bark and golden fleece, we enchant it with special abilities. This can only be done by submitting it to the fish god just around the corner. Fun fact before we continue, in RuneScape you cannot even access any of the crafting tools in the village until after the quest. But in CraftScape, they are available right away. Big difference and kind of a nice one, honestly. Also, in the original game, the fish god deity wants a raw shark and has a ghost show up doing some bibbidi-boppidi-boo! Whereas our journey was a bit different. The item to trade is a raw turtle. And don't get me started with how long it took us. It took us over 40 hours to get this, and yeah, don't ask why. And in CraftScape, no fishy godparent shows up. But our mini guitar becomes shiny regardless. This is everything we need, and now we are off to go rock everyone's roofs off with our amazing music. I cannot even start to list the amount of foes I've unalived. I will simply tell you this, goblins pray to this. Yeah, those lyrics are a little bit different. A bit different from RuneScape. Here it all plays out in the chat, but it doesn't come with a dramatic stage cutscene. And with that, cheating pays off, and Olaf gives us his promissory vote. Next up, Pure the Seer, Dr. Seuss's favorite Fremennik, for obvious reasons. In RuneScape, you need to solve a fun 4-letter riddle to enter Pure's escape room. In CraftScape, not so much, nope. It just teleports us straight in, no questions asked, and we were just trapped. And the differences don't stop there. We've got 21 steps to escape in this Minecraft version, where RuneScape takes it a bit easier. I won't walk through every detail. You can check the CraftScape fandom or old school RuneScape wiki if you're into that. But trust me, the mechanics are just different enough to hurt. Here is a sped up version of our grand escape from Pier's 21-step trap. And like the other two, we get our third vote. Whoop whoop! We solve riddles, but the real fight is just starting. We have crazy flower trades to make, mazes to navigate, and battles to survive. Bring on those lunatics. Bringing on Sigmund, he's the guy who wants the least for his vote. A simple flower. He's also the one with the least differences between games. No changes here between RuneScape and CraftScape. For brevity's sake, I won't go over every trade it takes to get this flower. Just know it starts with the sailor and ends with a 5,000 gold bribe to a kid. And in between, there's 14 steps of pure wild goose chase energy. Ah, yes. 14 long, dialogue-heavy steps. If that doesn't earn a click-clack of respect for every Fremennik Trials survivor out there, then click-clack it is. Now it's time to click-clack a maze. Swenson is the maze runner. He tells us we need to solve his maze to earn his vote. Funny enough, his name literally spells out the path. First letters of the cardinal directions, south, west, east, north. Swenson equals the solution. It is a real tricky part if you do not know what is happening before entering the maze. The only real twist is the perspective shift. RuneScape plays top-down, but CraftScape throws us into first person. So figuring out which way is north or south suddenly means staring at the F3 screen like our life depends on it. But everything runs smoothly, and with that, we step into the combat phase of the Fremennik Trials. The Fremennik Trials wouldn't be a big deal if not for the grind. We need level 50 in attack, defense, and strength before we even think about moving forward. And the reason? Sigily the Huntsman, and Thorvald the final Fremennik vote after him. Sigily only hands over his vote if he can slay the Draugr, a ritual Fremenniks apparently do from time to time to make sure nature's monster doesn't get too bold. Personally, I still think Draugr is just a dollar store dragon. But hey, Dragon Slayer is a future quest, so let us call this a warm-up. Sigily gives us a talisman that leads us to this monster. We exit the clan's base to start searching for this boss, and I was a little bit delusional in thinking my stats were enough to do this, and, well, it did not work. We try, we run away, we grab food, and come back. In CraftScape, Draugr stays in one place conveniently. In RuneScape, he wanders around like he's looking for the snack aisle. Either way, he's no match for our skills. Well, and us devouring like 20 potatoes. And now what this has all been leading to, the showdown to the... This final vote is the peak of our preparation. No armor, no sword, no food, just a shirtless brawl in the dirt with the most jacked guy in the village. The difference is, well, in CraftScape we only have to beat him once instead of the 3 times. And it is impossible to beat the final Minecraft form of this warrior. Our first attempt, we walk in with nothing but fists and misplaced confidence, deservedly getting a... Are you kidding? Our second try, we buff up, utilizing too much prayer, burning ourselves out in under a minute. Are you serious? Third round, we get our groove, perfect prayer, perfect potions. If only we survive one more hit! No! So we do the most logical thing and get a strong defense potion in the Taverlead dungeon. With our 4th attempt, we lock in. We activate prayer a few ticks before the warrior gets to us, we pop the potions early, and we time our clicks. We hold out just long enough to deal the final blow. And then after that success, we look up and the Incredible Hulk comes barreling at us and one-shots us. However, we do earn Thorvald's respect and gain the last vote we need for our initiation. We became a Fremennik champion, and just like the original, we gain access to Fremennik Isles and the Battle Gear Shop. Such a classic quest! I'm really grateful for all the advice the community shared while I tackled the grind. It's one of those silly quests that brings back memories and gets me hyped for the Fremennik missions ahead. I hope you enjoyed this adventure as much as I did. We've still got 19 quests to go, so plenty more coming our way. If you want to support the channel, do it however you feel I deserve. The bell notification is a great start, and there's also the Tomoa Discord where you can share your own challenges or accomplishments. Links are in the description and on my channel page. Thanks for watching the action. Catch you next time, and bye-bye.